It's Saturday, it's late in the evening, and I have just returned home from Peterborough, and I've come back with this stack of stuff, most of which has been gifted to me. So we're going to take a look at that, but also I have a parcel to open as well. What was I doing in Peterborough? Let's find out. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. And yes, today, like I said, I went up to Peterborough to meet up with Matt from Matt V's Movies, Chris, Cypher Sigma Screen Time and Cypher Sigma Toys, and Scott, who is a friend of Matt's, now a friend of mine and Chris's, and he watches the channels, he comments a lot, and I talk with him offline as well. And we all got together, had a great day out. Now, I didn't do any filming, right? I didn't really want to. I didn't want that to sort of interrupt the flow of things. Plus, I don't really film in CEX or that anymore. However, Chris has done some filming of the CEX up there, and I'm sure that a video will present itself on his channel, and when that happens I will share the video with you to watch, so keep an eye out for that. But I got given all this stuff here from the guys. I got a couple of bits that was sort of picked up as well, and also I have post to open, post which is here, and we're going to do this first and then let's get into this lot, and I'm going to leave this until last because that's a bit more special, so to speak. But yeah, first of all, let's do this parcel. Okay, so obviously I do know what this is because I've purchased it. Now, I wouldn't really have done an opening of this solo, but because it's come through as I've got home now, it's there on the mat. I thought I would open it and show it at the same time as this. So let's get into it. Like I said, it's come from Germany. I got it on Amazon, but it's through a sort of private seller on Amazon over there. And what I have got here is season 3 of Earth Final Conflict. Gene Roddenberry's Earth Final Conflict. TV series from probably, I think, about the 90s, if I'm not mistaken. It came out around the same time as Andromeda. It was that sort of era. That was based upon a Gene Roddenberry property as well. And this is about £30 to buy online, new, from Amazon, Germany. It's quite expensive. But the reason I bought it, well, first of all, I didn't get paid £30 for it. I actually got it for £9. But the reason I bought it is because, well, I have season 1. Okay. I think that was the only season that got a UK release. I have season 4. And I have the final season, season 5. I know they're all in different sort of cases. That really doesn't bother me at the end of the day. I'm not going to get hung up on that. And now I have season 3 with just season 2 to get. I'll probably get that in a couple of weeks' time, but it's going to be quite an expensive one. Again, it's about £28 to get that that season 2 of that. But I want to complete that TV series, and I picked these 2 seasons up probably a couple of years ago, and then I sort of just didn't pick the others up. But yeah, so I'm happy to get season 3 for that sort of limited cost. So that's great. Okay, so yeah, so Peterborough. We went to Peterborough. We went into CEX, we went into B&M, we went into all places like that. We went and had something to eat, went to a little coffee shop where Chris bought us you know, tea and that sort of a thing. And then we had lunch. Then we went and got a drink in the place where we had lunch. I had pizza. I think we all had pizza, actually. It was a great day. It was a great day. Nice to catch up. Nice to talk, you know, and talk about things and all that. And got this lot here. But first of all, what did I pick up? I didn't really pick anything up apart from some Lego. Yeah, I bought some Lego. Look, here it is here. There was this fantastic store in Peterborough that just had loads of Lego characters, like the not original, official Lego characters, these other ones that you get. And so I picked up, they were 2 for £5, right? I picked up 4. One was a Predator that went to Matt. But I got myself, I'll show you, I'm just putting it on its little stand. Got to put it on its little stand. So I got myself here, first off. I'm just trying to put the gun in with a pulse rifle. I got myself an Ellen Ripley, little Ellen Ripley Lego figure from Aliens with a pulse rifle. Yeah, I know it's not overly clear, but you can get the gist of it. So I bought that one. That's great. I do have a Predator. I do have an Alien as well. Okay, so I didn't need them. And then what else did I get? So this one, I had to get this one. I had to. There was no two ways about it. It is, put him on his stand. Him on his stand. Yeah, I couldn't not. Okay. It is a Ash Williams with a chainsaw. Ash from the Evil Dead holding the Book of the Dead, even with some inscription inside of it. That's fantastic, isn't it? That's great. I couldn't not get that. I had to get Ash. Evil Dead Ash. I could have spent so much money on these little Lego figures. I really could have done. You know, I nearly did get Stephen Hawkins. They had Stephen Hawkins, you know, wheelchair bound with his little pad, that, you know, and then they had a zombie Stephen Hawkins as well. But that would have been just for comedic value more than anything else that I got those. I didn't get them. And then the next one that I got, let me get him out of his little bag. And this one here, again, these are like custom, aren't they? Freddy Krueger. There we go. Little Freddy Krueger. How great is that? I'm really happy with them. I'm really pleased, chuffed with those little Lego men. Fantastic. Simple things, please simple minds. But there we go. So what did I get here? Okay, let's have a look. So I've got to sort these out because they came from different places. Okay, first of all, in CEX, Matt kindly picked me up the DVD of Les Miserables, the 10th anniversary concert edition. I like Les Miserables. I've been to see it several times over the years, from about the age of probably about 15 upwards. I've seen it 4 or 5 times, I think. I like the film, and yeah, so I'm very pleased with that. That's great. Fantastic. So I got that. And then Matt gifted me some other bits, as did Chris and as did Scott. Now I need to sort these out as to who and what. So Chris. Okay, so let's start, because Matt picked me that up. We'll do Matt's first. And first of all, he gave me the film Local Hero that he mentioned in one of our chats on Chris's channel the other day, a couple of weeks ago. I've never seen Local Hero. Written and directed by Bill Forsyth, produced by David Putnam, Burt Lancaster. Yeah, I'm going to give that a watch, and yeah, obviously I'll talk about it in one of my upcoming videos. So we got that, so thank you, Matt. And then Matt also gifted me a steelbook, and it is of Exodus, Gods and Kings, a film that I've never actually seen. Obviously it's a film by Ridley Scott, and yeah, I've not seen this. Christian Bale, Joe Edgerton, John Turturro, Aaron Paul. Okay, so it's got a decent cast. Sigourney Weaver, Ben Kingsley. All right. Yeah, it's a lovely steelbook. I know Matt upgraded this to a sort of fancy Dan edition, as far as I recall. That's great. Thank you for that, Matt. And then Scott kindly gave me dead calm. He had a list of stuff that he was getting rid of and asked if I wanted any of it. I had most of it, or all of it. But I've not seen Dead Calm for a very, very, very long time. And when I saw that, you know, it's not even a film I really think about, you know. So I'll gladly be rewatching that. Fantastic. And then Chris gave me a bundle of stuff where he's upgraded stuff and was getting rid of stuff. So, okay, so first of all, still sealed, he was getting rid of this. And I couldn't not but say, Chris, can I have that, please? And it is the War of the Worlds, the new generation, conducted by Jeff Wayne, live from the O2. Jeff Wayne's musical version of the War of the Worlds in 3D holography with Liam Neeson as the journalist. You know, I remember when this was about, actually, and yeah, so I'm looking forward to watching that as well. Good stuff. Then he gifted me The Usual Suspects, which he must have upgraded to something, I guess, I'm assuming, and I've never actually watched it. I mean, I know the end, I know the twist, but it's not a film I've ever seen. Then these, I believe he upgraded Your Name, which is meant to be a very good anime film. Very, very good, apparently. So, yeah, thank you, Chris, for them. That's great. And then also, he's gifted me How to Train Your Dragon 1, the first one, the animated one. And I think, is this the third one, is it? I think that's the third one. I know that he got steelbooks of these, I think. And he's after the steelbook for How to Train Your Dragon 2, which is quite an expensive steelbook, apparently. That's still sealed, actually. So, yeah, appreciate them, Chris. Thank you very, very much. Good stuff. I have one more item to look at. Now, this is kind of an early birthday present from Chris, because my birthday's in about a month's time, and Chris knew that I was sort of looking for this figure. I was kind of after it, and one came, he landed upon one, and I will show you. There's a little hand, little spare hand for him. I'm going to put that into my cup. My Indiana Jones Grail cup, and this figure here is this one, and I'm sort of blown away with this. I really am. Let me just sort of give him a better pose, give a bit of, like, you know, stiff joints, and it is this figure here, Marvel Legends. Okay, Death's Head 2. Death's Head 2. Now, I remember when this figure came out, I believe it was under the Guardians of the Galaxy line of figures when the film had some figures come out, but obviously Death's Head wasn't in the film. But it was under that line of figures. And yeah, Death's Head for me, let me just show you. Death's Head is a Marvel comic character who began life in Transformers, and then spun into Doctor Who, Dragon's Claws, had his own UK mini-series, and then was sort of killed off and revamped into this figure here. And that character is this one here. So this is Death's Head 1, and Death's Head 1 was sort of killed by Death's Head 2, but the consciousness of Death's Head 1 overtook the programming of Death's Head 2, and that was the sort of new version of the character. Now, I much prefer the old version over the new version, but still a great figure to have. So with Death's Head 1, I do have another littler one there, like that. And I also have one of these in a box still, sealed. I've got two of them, one unboxed, one boxed. It's just a character that I love, that resonates with me. And it's a very Z-list Marvel UK character, actually, created in the Transformers UK comic books. There's a lot of history behind the character and, you know, his origins and that sort of a thing, because he was created for Transformers. However, to keep the rights for the character, Marvel published a one-page issue of the character in some of their other comic books, so they retain the rights to the character and it wouldn't go to Hasbro as a Transformer related character. But yeah, so Death's Head 2 there, fantastic, very, very happy with that. It's quite a hard figure to get hold of. Chris was lucky enough to have come across one, and I really appreciate it. So I'm going to stand that Death's Head there next to Death's Head 2 next to Death's Head, and next to Optimus Prime and Blaster's brother. So there we go. So yeah, so again, thank you to Chris for that as an early birthday present. Seriously, love it. Thank you to Scott for Dead Calm. Thank you to Matt for those bits, and Chris for the other bits that he gave me as well. I had a lovely day out. It was really nice to get out to Peterborough, to get out to meet mates, just have a nice day, a nice calm, relaxing, talking day, and you know, it was great. It was a great day. So there we go. What more can I say? But thanks a lot, guys, and thanks for watching, everyone. Please feel free to comment down below, and shall speak to you all very, very soon.